what is your background?
My background, well, my family is Mexican. My dad was born in Mexico, my mom Mexico. Um, I- Actually, I don't really know exactly where they were born, city-wise. I was born in Mexico, but I was brought here when I was like 2 years old. And I'm a Christian. I love God. And also, I wasn't an immigrant like most of the people were. I worked hard in school and also became a citizen. So, I consider myself an outgoing person. I consider myself that I'm very patient. I'm a joyful person. I try to be as truthful and honest, in this business that we are. Sometimes to interview with other things, we try not to, say truly all, but it's not to make the customer. But I consider myself a very outgoing person too, and also, I try to do my best. So I'm an outgoing person, to say.
So what exactly is your business?
My business is basically remodeling. First, we started working with windows, shower doors, garage doors. I kind of started learning that trade when I was working in a company. They teach me how to produce the product and everything. And since I'm a person that I don't like to sit around and just watch, I'm a person that likes to do things. So I started asking questions and getting more information about how to produce, how to do it, and I started liking it. So I started doing my first business that I started was a garage door company. Once I started doing garage doors, I'm like, garage door falls between doors and all that. So then I started doing doors, and then windows, and then I like the glass, the showers, enclosures. So I started learning that. So I decided to open a business called Partida's Glass and Garage Doors. After that, in the field of that same category, falls in with the construction, because customers will call me because they were remodeling their bathroom and they wanted a shower door. But I also started seeing the way people remodel, how the transformation of something old to something new to something now at what it was now, not before. So I started liking that. So then here goes Mario again, but I don't like sitting around. So I started investigating, started going with people, started getting in contact with friends and all that, and I started learning the trade. Once that, and I'm not gonna say it was easy, it's hard, it's still a process. We're growing little by little. It was some difficult times, and sometimes we lose money, but we learn, we get the experience, and we get to next time not do the same thing and learn from it. So, and from there, I started studying, and I said, what's the next step? So I started going to school, try to get my license, get my certificates, for mold, for lead inspection, and we're certified for that now. And right now we have multiple jobs going on, and also we're working with a lot of investors that trust us to give them a perfect product for them to sell. So that's how I could describe our business. Our business is basically a remodeling company from A to Z. We can do anything. Most of it is in-house, and some of it sub, we buy depending on the project, the extent of the project, how big is the project. But yeah, that's basically what we do.
Can you name a person who has been a tremendous impact on you as a leader? Maybe someone who has been a mentor to you. Why and how did this person impact your life?
Mentor. I never had a mentor. I don't. I always help myself on the negative feedback people gave me. That will always make me stronger and motivate me to be better, to be somebody. Also, I have kids, and I also want to give them a good future. And I want to show them that if daddy can do it, they can do it. And get on, take away the mentality that we can't do it because we're Mexican, because we don't speak English, because this, it can be done. It's possible. And if I were to say my mentor, I would say it would be my wife. My wife has helped me a lot. She's been with me. We're going over 10 years now, and she's been ups and downs, always with me. From struggle to struggle, she's always kept strong and always has been my rock, so I can, lean on her. And she's also a very smart person. So I guess as a mentor, I will consider her as my mentor. But basically, that's it. That's how what got me most motivated, especially on all the negative feedback that a lot of people, even, and it's sad to say, but even our own race will negatively bring you down instead of helping you. But I don't trust in people, I trust in the Lord. So I just keep going, and every day I thank the Lord for what He has given us and what we're going to accomplish more. And that's what I live by. So that is my big mentor.
What were you doing before you started your business?
Before I started my business, well, let me go a little bit back. I was 14 years old, 15 years old. I guess was the legal age to be able to work a part-time here in the US, or 16. So I started working for a company that made fabric. So I would work at night and I would go to school in the mornings. After that, I started liking, receiving money like always. I started buying my own things and things like that. And when I was 18, 19 years old, I left my house. I started renting my own place. And that's when I realized that everything was, it wasn't easy as I thought it was going to be. But then I started working in a company that did garage doors, and I worked for them for 5 years, I think I'm saying. And that's where I started learning that stuff. I guess that would be the beginning of all this. I started liking installing garage doors and making garage doors, and that's what motivated me to start all this. I guess the motivation of everybody to start your own business is to make more money, right? I guess in the time that motivated me to start my business is because of that. I wanted to make more money. I was working for a company making $10 an hour, where now, and I said, well, if these guys are making more money, why I cannot do it? So I guess that would be the spark that made me start my business or start working as a self-employed. I didn't have kids, or I wasn't married, so I can't really say that was my motivation. But my motivation was to make more money and hopefully one day own a house. That was it.
What is your biggest priority in a customer?
Well, I don't have preference with customers. I treat my customers all the same way. It doesn't matter how big, how small is the project, what is the investment. And one thing that I always tell my guys, our priority is our satisfaction to our customers, giving them the best quality work as possible, exceeding our expectations every time that we are in their homes, taking care of their homes like it was our own home, and seeing that, giving them the product that they paid for, and always go a little bit further more, and to give them a little bit more, and always have the gratitude and everything. I guess the big thing for us for satisfaction of a customer is for them to win our trust. Um, that's a big key to this business. If the customer doesn't trust you in their home, it's very rare to be able to do any work. You know, most of my customers that I have, they always leave their homes, or even sometimes they even leave their keys and just say, "Just lock up when you're done." And that's where we want to get to. Our customers, one, believing in us, and two, knowing that we're gonna give them the best and always give them the best quality of work, and also a reasonable price, and not trying to gift them or try to take their money. Like I said at the beginning, we try to be as honest as possible, but you know, sometimes it can be done with the budget that they have, and sometimes it can't be done, and we try to be as fair as possible as we can. So that's our big thing in this company is satisfaction comes first before anything else.
Tell me about your last project. Who was involved and what was the biggest challenge?
My last project. Well, I'm gonna talk to you about a couple of present projects that we have going on right now. It is a little bit difficult to keep us on track when our inspections have been delayed. That's our biggest issue on any project, is inspections. Some inspectors in some cities are very flexible, and some of them are very strict. We can't say anything. There are other inspectors, we don't get passed, we don't get paid. So the one that I will kind of say right now is the one we're doing in Cinda Heights. It's a Chinese temple. Our delays on those inspections have been incredibly bad. They're very backed up, and you know, it's hard to explain to the customer when they don't really have the knowledge of inspections. Because when you sign a contract, they expect you to finish at the time of the contract. But sometimes there are delays that we can't control. So I guess that's one of the difficult things in this field, especially when you're doing remodels, when you're doing additions, when you're doing anything to do that you have to involve the inspectors. That's one of the biggest issues. Other than that, I only can say budget-wise. I can say, investors sometimes they budget their houses to a certain amount, and it doesn't come out to be the amount, and then we look back with the investors because we kind of push them to invest in the property, trying to give them the same return back. But this is how this business is. But there's sometimes that your return is way higher than what you expected. So it's a give and take all the time. But the hardest thing is inspections. Inspections is one of the biggest things here. So that's it. I'm gonna say that I'm not out in the field as much. I'm most of an office person, and also I'm the one that does the contracts and etc. My foreman that I have is my partner. But when I am at the field and I do see my employees and everything, I always try to motivate them, saying, guys, let's keep going. We have another project coming up, or I see them, they're really tired. I get them some water, I get them something, to make them see that I appreciate them, and I also buy them lunch, or give them something so they see that I appreciate what they're doing. I think that's one of the biggest thing on an employee, because I never got that when I was working for a company. I will, exceed to try to bring more profit to the company, and they never showed me appreciation. And I said to myself, if I ever have employees, I don't want them to think that way about us. So yes, we try to exceed, giving them a gift card here and there, bringing them lunch. We're very flexible on family matter situations. for us, our family is something very special. In this company, we take care of our kids or our family first before anything else. So, I believe ourselves that we are a very, very good established company regarding that, and that's basically our motivations, and we try to be as fair as possible with our employees.